that West division for them, it's still wide open at 5-5. They're still in the picture for sure.
Let's go take what we want. Take what we want. 1, 2, 3.
What's good? How
What's
y'all
going
doing?
on, folks?
Today we're here to bring you the playoff talk and award predictions. There we go. Anyways, the link wants to go up on my Instagram. That'd be nice. Anyways, for anyone who comes through, if you guys don't know me, I am the Silver and Black Report, also going live on the Shady Sports Network. Anyone who comes through, if you guys want to join the talk, there is the link to come through. We are live through should be live on his Twitter too, but maybe not. I don't know. Anywho, we're here to talk the AFC and the NFC playoff teams that we feel that are going to make the playoffs. I kind of made a list down the line. Just these teams are playoff contenders. It just comes down to we only can have 7 playoff teams. So it's tough, especially in a loaded AFC now. Who do you feel is going to make the playoffs? You have Buffalo and Miami from the AFC East who can both make the playoffs, but it just boils down to records at the end of the day. I think Buffalo is a guaranteed. I think they're going to win their division. I have Cincy coming out of their division, but Baltimore's going to back them up. They're a playoff contender. They're the second best in their division. Just depends. Really now it comes down to also Watson. How many games is he actually going to play this year for the Browns? That's a really big boiling point for the Browns. Miami comes down to Tua Tagovailoa. And then you have the entire AFC West. They're all playoff contenders. They really are. Especially we can tell age right over here. We can tell who his favorite team is. The Los Angeles Chargers.
Definitely not. And y'all check out my channel, man. It's Adroit Talks on Instagram, on Twitter, and also follow my YouTube at Adroit Talk Show. Of course, I'm a Denver Broncos fan. I definitely agree with the Las Vegas predictions as they have Denver third in their odds predictions of the season. First team up is the Bills. Number 2, they have the Chiefs. Number 3, they have the Broncos. I definitely agree with them. Those are my 3 to go to the big game. But some other teams that I think are going to surprise some people this year, as far as the playoffs goes on the AFC, are the Titans. Then they're going to have a pretty nice season, as you cannot stop Derrick Henry. You just got to hope that he gets injured. And I don't think the Steelers are going to make it. The Jets, they have potential, but it's going to be a lot of pushing and winning games that I don't see happening. I don't think the Browns are going to win it because they get their quarterback. Who knows if they get them this season or not yet. Ravens are in there for sure. Bengals are in there for sure. And, yeah, that pretty much wraps up who I think is going to make the playoffs.
Oh, Hall of Fame game. Severe weather is approaching. Seek shelter immediately. Oh, my God. Is the Hall of Fame game going to be canceled? Oh, shit. I didn't realize that was happening.
Is that in Vegas or somewhere
That's
else?
in Ohio. Or it's in the Canton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ohio is having severe weather. Is it rain?
I guess so. I don't know. It's in Canton for the Hall of Fame game. That's crazy. I have the entire AFC West, in their contentive spots. For the Titans, their season is going to be fully dependent on winning their division. If they don't win the division, they're not going to make playoffs. I don't see them going 10-7 in the division and not winning it. They would have to win their division for me to make the playoffs. I think the AFC South, whoever wins the division is the playoff team. You can say the Colts, but they're really being overrated by some people, really. There's some people that are like, oh, can this team go win 12 games, 11 games? I don't see them winning 11 to 12. I get Matt Ryan's upgrade, but they didn't really upgrade with their weapons. I mean, you look at, like, it just really comes down for the Colts. Their weapons, did it really improve this year? Like,
It's hard to tell. I mean, they got two young guys they just brought in. They got
yeah,
Alec Pierce they drafted, and they got
Ashton Doolin, I think.
I forgot, but they got young guys. They got unproven people in the NFL, and there's really no telling with these young guys how their NFL
Their
careers.
defense is nice. I'll give them
Yeah.
that. Their defense has proven to be nice, but to me, they have the best linebacker in football. But, outside that, their offense is a real question mark again. I mean, did they improve? Did they regress? We don't know yet. So,
Yeah, but I mean, their offense, they have one of the top 3 backs in the NFL. They have one of the best backup running backs in the NFL. Michael Pittman had a pretty solid year last year. We don't know what Paris Campbell is capable of or Alec Pierce. They have one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. So I don't think they're going to be a terrible team, but they're definitely going to be a contender. And with Shaquille Leonard on the other side of the ball, it's really sky's the limit, man. You signed Stephon Gilmore in the offseason. Sky's the limit for these guys. They just got to put it all together and stop Derrick Henry. That's their only way of making the playoffs.
no, yeah, I think they can make the playoffs. Comes down to winning that division. Me personally, I don't have the Browns making the playoffs just with question marks of quarterback. Their biggest spot right now is quarterback. If they don't have Deshaun for 17 games, it's over. I mean, the NFL is already going to appeal it. So, AFC wise, the 7 teams I have making playoffs, I would say, man, I'm going to say Buffalo, Cincinnati. I'm going to say the Colts win their division. I really do think they can win that division. That's my pick to win those 3 divisions. And then the AFC West, I think you could have 3 out of 4 of those teams. It just, what team is going to fail? I mean, really, I don't think Kansas City has regressed to the point that we can say they're missing the playoffs. Chargers, they're so, aren't they the winners of every fucking free agency and then they flop? There's nothing different. I don't know. I can't give credit to a team that has failed year in and year out with great expectations. I mean, we'll see what they do, but Baltimore can sneak in there. I don't really see, I have a lot of people that are telling me this team, the Raiders, are going to flop. I don't see that happening, but
Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall, man. As far as the AFC West goes, it's kind of blatant for me as I look at the Chiefs' depth chart. It's blatant, man. You lose Tyreek Hill, nobody has to double and triple team him anymore. And then the big glaring weakness now for them is their secondary. You lose one of the best cornerbacks in the league in Charvarius Ward. You lose Tyrann Mathieu, and you barely replace these guys. You replace these guys with average NFL players at safety and cornerback. Who they replacing with? L'Jarius Sneed, Justin Reed, Trent McDuffie. Like those guys
I like Justin Reed. I mean, he's a young safety. He can cover better. To me, I think honestly, Tyrann Mathieu is going to have to prove a lot this year. Last year, if we really go in depth and look what he did, he gave up on a lot of plays. He wasn't there in coverage where he was needed. He really didn't play well. So him in the Saints system, he's going to have to prove himself once again that he is the top safety. And if he flops again like he did with the Chiefs this past year, what is that going to tell us, And, maybe Justin Reed improves in, maybe he's one of the better safeties in the league. We'll see.
Yeah, that's pretty lofty to say for Justin Reed. He's got a lot to prove. And it's just the rest of everybody on their team is weak. I mean, middle linebacker, Jermaine Carter, Nick Bolton is another linebacker they have, Willie Gay. These guys are no-name players. The only thing that they have is really a pretty okay defensive line with Chris Jones and Frank Clark, and they drafted George Karlaftis, who I think is going to be amazing. And I don't really see the Chiefs doing too much this year. Patrick Mahomes can't score 40 and 50 points every single game, and that's what they're really going to be requiring for him.
Yeah, I think with the tougher AFC, I'm not going to go as far to say they missed the playoffs yet. I do want to see what they do. We'll see. I mean, it just comes down to what do they do on the field. Are they going to be able to keep up with the high-powered offenses of the Raiders, Chargers, and the Bills and Cincinnati? I mean, they only improved. I don't know if Cincinnati and Buffalo face the Chiefs, but man, the Chiefs' first game of the year, they might have gotten lucky with. They get the fucking Cardinals. I'm like, wow, that's a lucky draw right there. You have no Marquise Brown. Their best target is Zach Ertz. So we'll see what the Cardinals do this year. They're a real question mark to see what they do themselves now because we all saw Marquise Brown stupidity yesterday kicked in.
Yeah, I mean, it's life. Like, come on, everybody has went over the speed limit once or twice. It's just if you get
Yeah.
caught or not. But if we're switching to the NFC I think is more competitive because it's like trash on trash, in my opinion. Um, and I think the NFC is extremely top heavy. Like these guys, you got the Bucks, proven quarterback. You got the Packers, proven quarterback. The Rams, champs. And then from there, the rest of these teams are question marks, man. 49ers, rookie court, well, not a rookie, but a second year quarterback. You got the Cowboys. What the hell are they going to do this season? The Eagles, what are they going to do? Cardinals, your quarterback barely studies. Vikings, what are you going to do? The rest of these teams are huge question marks, and it's going to be pretty wild to see what comes out of the NFC this year.
I had the Bucks, Green Bay. I have the Eagles winning the division just because the Cowboys they really regressed this offseason. They really did. And then I have the Rams win their division. And then my three wildcard teams for them is the Saints, Minnesota, and the 49ers just for now. I mean, the 49ers have been proven they've been able to, once they make the playoffs, they've been proven to be one of the more physical teams in the league. And how they almost beat the Rams last year. I'm not going to sit here and say too much about Trey Lance. Their season is fully dependent on Trey Lance, so
Definitely. I don't know what happened to Mike there. It went mute, but yeah, definitely their season is all on him. And come on, we don't know what this guy is going to do when he gets hit, and that's what really matters in the NFL. How do you respond to getting hit? We see all the major key guys like Joe Burrow get right up like nothing happened. Tom Brady does the same exact thing. How is Trey Lance going to react? You're going from playing basically D2 football to the NFL. We got to see what happens, and we know he's not getting hit in practice, so we'll see what happens. And I definitely agree with the Eagles. I think they'll definitely win the division. They have the best offseason, in my opinion, out of everybody in that division.
yeah.
And it may be ugly. They may lose a couple games, but they have everything together. You got the best tandem as far as cornerbacks go in the league. You just signed AJ Brown to a huge contract, gave him big money. You got Devontae Smith, former Heisman winner at wide receiver. They have a lot of writing on the wall. They just have to put it all together. But to me, my sleeper team is the Saints. Last year before Jameis Winston went out with an injury, the Saints lost 1 or 2 games, I think, when Jameis was healthy. Then when he got hurt, the team fell apart. They beat the Packers first game last year. So I definitely think that they're going to be a good team with him, and they did nothing but get better on the offensive end. Now, as far as the other wild card spot I have there, really do not know who this will be. It could be the Lions. It could be the Falcons. It could be the Commanders. It's really no telling. It's just going to be all on one team that's really coming with some heat and surprising people. That's going to be the big thing. Who's going to surprise the NFL and have a solid quarterback, number one? And number two, Who do you have on your team that's going to step up that nobody expected to? Because that's what the playoffs always come down to.
Yeah, I mean, this team is. I mean, the whole NFC. We'll see what happens. I think the Bucks honestly can still take that 1 seed, but we'll see. Um, the I'll give the 2 seed to the Rams, and then I think Green Bay still wins their division. Um, there's some people I've seen pick Minnesota to win, but I don't see them winning that division. They could. Maybe Justin Jefferson has another 1,700, 1,800 yard season. Maybe he goes off again. But I think with what's his name, Kevin O'Connell as head coach, he's going to open up the offense for Justin Jefferson even more.
Definitely. I definitely want to see what Adam Thielen does as well. He gets forgotten about, but he's definitely one of the best route runners we have in the game of football.
Yeah. I mean, the Eagles can win their division, but to me, they're going to be the least impressive division winner. Like, bottom feeder division, whatever. Bottom feeder team. I mean, you have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. What do you want me to say? He's like a Walmart version of fucking Lamar Jackson. That's what he is. Eagle fans, I don't know what you want me to say. I can't praise your quarterback. He's done nothing. AJ Brown, I mean, $25 million for a guy that got 1,000 yards, I think, in only one of his 3 seasons. I think he's only hit 1,000 one time. I mean, he's good, but like, Terry McLaurin, to me, has been a little more impressive than him for what he's dealt with. He's had worse quarterback play. He's hit 1,000 every season almost. He missed 1,000 yards by like 20 yards one year. I mean, come on. The guy's performed with regardless of the talent he's had. Hell, I think last year out of his targets, only 63% of them were even catchable. Like, they were rated catchable targets. So, I mean, I can't wait to see. I mean, I know people have asked me about Washington too. I don't know about them yet. They're a question mark to me. It just depends on Carson Wentz. It's almost like the Eagles. Their season's fully dependent on quarterback play. If Carson Wentz performs well, their season's dependent on their defense. Can it stay healthy? Are they going to run the right system with Jack Del Rio? Are they going to be a top 10 defense like I keep hearing that they're going to be, that they're not? So, I mean, who's your pick to come out of the AFC?
As far as Super Bowl goes,
Yeah.
I definitely I want to see something different. I do not want to see Tom Brady back in there.
I
Seeing
honestly
Aaron
think Josh
Rodgers back
Allen
in
and
there
the
be okay.
Bills can make it from the AFC.
Yeah, I definitely have them as my favorite to win the Super Bowl, to be exact. Not just make it, but I have them to win it. Because I mean, you had the number 2 defense last year, number 1 offense last year, and you literally lost in the playoffs last year to a remarkable play because your defensive coordinator wanted to be in man coverage with the game on the line. Makes no sense. But
I mean, yeah, I mean, if they have a fully healthy Tre'Davious White with that secondary, bro, and you no longer have to deal with Tyreek Hill and the fucking Chiefs, I don't think the Chiefs are the biggest threat to them. So, hell, you could see a return from Cincinnati, but I don't see it happening, to be honest. I really don't, but we'll see.
yeah, I don't see Cincinnati going back. I think the league is going to kind of figure out a way to stop them this year. We see that happen every single time you have somebody have a breakout year. That second year, it's just something that the entire league figures out about them. And with them, it's just we all know they improved their offensive line, but their defense is questionable this year. Are they going to actually get back there and cause havoc, or are they just going to get back there and do some pressures? And everybody in the AFC got better as far as the top contending teams. And you mentioned weak conferences. They pretty much have a weak conference. They just have the Ravens in their conference. And I mean, the Browns, we don't even know if they're going to have a quarterback. So we'll see what happens with those guys. But to answer your question, I think the Packers are going to be the team to come out of the NFC. Just because I want to see Aaron Rodgers do good, and they put a lot together.
They might have this. They might have the best secondary in football.
Who, the Packers?
Yeah, they could. I mean, like if Eric Stokes improves and you have a healthy Jair Alexander and you have, Adrian Amos back there, with that secondary and that defense as a whole is really elite. You have a great run game that they should give the ball to a little more this year. The passing game to me is finally going to be a lot more of like everyone should be getting involved. So we'll see if Aaron Rodgers can do that at an elite level.
Definitely, and we seen him do it before. When he birthed Devontae Adams, everybody else on that wide receiving core was pretty much okay, and he just found somebody he had chemistry with, made him great, and there you have it. And these guys, man, I really think that they do have a good secondary. Now that I'm looking at it, you got Amos, Eric Stokes, Jair Alexander, and Darnell Savage. That's who I couldn't think of. I didn't know that didn't remember that they had him. But also, I think they made a pretty nice pickup with getting Quay Walker. He's going to be playing their right inside linebacker in their 3-4 formation that they're going to be running this year. And these guys really have potential to be another playoff team. It's just crazy to see people sleeping on them just because they lost a weapon, and we all know good quarterbacks will find another one.
Yeah, no, it's a questionable one because they lost Devontae and only signed or just drafted Christian Watson and signed Sammy Watkins, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see what happens. I still see Green Bay's really good this year, so the NFL awards is one of the final topic. I do have, you look at MVP, and I think it's gonna be Josh Allen.
Yeah, I completely agree. Looking at everything in training camp, he's got everything. He's gonna put it together. I seen him fighting during training camp. I see him throwing crazy passes to Stephon Diggs, and it's writing on the wall for him, man. He just got to come out and do it, and I think he will. I really don't see anybody else putting up the numbers that he can.
Yeah, I think I agree, man.
Not just putting up the numbers, winning games as well, because Justin Herbert can put up numbers but not win games, and people give him credit for when this guy led the league in attempts by I think it was 50. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I have Offensive Player of the Year, Justin Jefferson.
Offensive Player of the Year. Okay, yeah, I can see Jay Jettas getting him something in there. But I definitely have my guy Derrick Henry getting that love because he deserves it. I mean, as long as he stays healthy, it's his award to lose.
Yeah. Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's tough because you really don't have many rookie quarterbacks playing. So, you can say Drake London is in that consideration, just depending on what he does. I didn't really have one thought fully into, but geez, you could probably say Christian Watson because he's gonna play this year pretty much, I think, with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, you could definitely say him. And he has the most proven quarterback in the biggest opening, really, out of any wide receiver that got drafted. But I think there's a lot of guys to really pick from in this particular award, and it's kind of hard to pick anybody because who knows what the NFL season is gonna actually produce for us here. But give me a quick second here as I
Yeah.
take another look at all the rookies.
You could go with the Pittsburgh one. George Pickens, you could, yeah.
Oh hell no! Nobody from, in my opinion, nobody from Pittsburgh is going to do anything this year. Kenny Pickens wears gloves. I don't believe in any quarterback that enters the league wearing gloves. Offensive rookie of the year is difficult for me because this was like a defensive heavy draft. So,
Yeah.
gosh, I'm looking at the list right now. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, gosh. I'm gonna say Chris Olave. I'm just gonna go out on a
Oh
limb and say
yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Olave. Spice it up a little bit. Playing for the Saints. He's learning from Juice. Juice is gonna teach him everything that he really needs to know to play that position. These guys have pretty much the same archetype. Really speedy guys that can run nice routes.
You could say Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson too.
So the offensive rookie of the year will be the toughest one for this year. So it's not really offensive. It's not really offensively like boosted like defensive rookie of the year. I mean, you can say Aiden Hutchinson. You could definitely, and that's my pick. You know?
That's my pick too. I think he's going into a good situation. The Lions were trash last year at actually sacking the quarterback. They got a lot of hurries, but they didn't actually bring somebody down. And that's what Aiden Hutchinson does, man. It's writing on the wall for him to be great. But if I did have to pick somebody else, it would definitely be Thibs, Kayvon Thibodeau. Definitely hope that he's great. Watching his interviews, he seems like a star in the making. It's just on how he actually produces for the Giants.
Derek Stingley, who went to the Texans, really wasn't put in a great spot. He has a lot of competition this year. He's going to be playing a lot high-end wide receivers. So if he shows out, great. He probably wins the Defensive Rookie of the Year possibly, but, we'll see. Defensive Player of the Year, to me, is going to be repeating TJ Watt. I think it'll be him. I think it really will. I mean, he's really... We'll see.
I think it'll be Shaquille Leonard, just because he's been putting in the work, and nobody ever does bad after they change their name. So I think it's gonna be him.
Yeah, you could even. No, I'm not gonna go there. I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Cowgirl fans, you guys got to get off Micah Parsons' dick. Stop calling him better than Shaquille Leonard, bro. Like, that's something I've seen so much, and it's like, bro, the disrespect to Shaquille Leonard's gonna fuel him up, and he's gonna go crazy this year.
I can see where Cowboys fans are fangirling out for that, though. I mean, you got a guy, he's on your team and he's showing all this promise, but in my humble opinion, man, Michael Parsons could be the best linebacker. I think he had a really nice year last year. He got after the quarterback. He was everywhere on the field. What's his name? Vander Esch. He completely disappeared when they brought Michael Parsons on board. So, yeah.
What happened to him? Is he even in the Cowboys, or where the fuck did he go?
He could be a free agent, man. I don't even know. Let me look it up.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to that guy? That guy just like...
Yeah, he still plays for the Cowboys.
What is he, like a fucking water boy now?
No, they play a 3-4. So him and Michael Parsons are on the field at the same time. He just doesn't do anything.
Hey, damn. The Hall of Fame game is... Yeah, I guess the Hall of Fame game's been delayed. Oh. Anyways, comeback player of the year will be Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry definitely could get that award if he doesn't get MVP. But if he gets MVP, I don't think they can give him both awards. I don't think that's fair. So I got my guy, Bradley Chubb, getting that award, man, because Bradley deserves it. And he's having a nice training camp. He always does. He's always good in practice. So we'll see how that translates to the field, especially when you actually have somebody to clog up that inside. We got DJ Jones now. Draymond Jones is getting better. And then we just signed Randy Gregory. So hopefully Bradley Chubb does enough to get that award.
I don't know if there's anything else to really. I don't know if there's any other awards to talk about. I don't think we're missing an award, but anyone who came through, give me your thoughts on that. For anyone who thinks the Raiders are missing the playoffs, yep, can't wait.
It's going to be a good season. I think it's going to be a lot of surprises. Each and every NFL season, it's like somebody gets injured and their team completely falls off the radar. I hope that's not my team this year, but we'll definitely see. Like I already said before, I don't have the Chiefs going to the playoffs. I think it's going to be a very, very difficult year for Patrick Mahomes to really keep up. As really and truthfully, if you run the ball against the Chiefs, you're going to win the game, in my opinion, because who do they have to stop it? And all you have to do is worry about your defense getting 1 or 2 stops, and that's game over. Control the tempo, control the game. You beat the Chiefs.
Damn it, game's delayed. Anyways, no, I mean, like I said, we're gonna see. I don't think that. We'll see what happens this year. I can't wait. I'll probably come back to this fucking halfway through the year when people tell me the Raiders season's over by then. So whatever. But anyone came through, like and comment, and hopefully get to see you guys soon. Thank you for coming on. And next live, guys, should be the Raider report. I will see you guys then. Nope. Wrong button. God damn it. I almost pushed the wrong button.